Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another VanillaIP webinar. We're delighted you've taken the time out to come and join us. We've tried to communicate as much as we can with you over this recent few weeks because it's a pretty odd time for us all. So first of all, on behalf of the team, I hope you are and your families are all keeping safe and well and getting through a difficult time as best you can. We send you our best wishes. This afternoon, what we wanted to do was just go through and overview the some strategic thoughts for Q2 and also to talk about the offers that we put in place for Q2, which are quite specifically targeted at both the challenge and opportunity that we have. First thing to do, however, because it would be rude not to, is to thank you for a tremendous amount of effort and a tremendous amount of business that you transacted through with us in Q1. Quite a strange trading period, I'm sure, and we'll see how we boil through the rest of the year. But thank you for all your efforts and for getting your customers out there and working as well as possible from home. So everything is done in the backdrop of the moment of COVID-19. From my point of view, we're changing the strategic point of view from the sort of disaster recovery element, the settling people down into home, and moving more into the element where we start to plan for what we could describe as the new normal. I'm sure we've got varying opinions as to what the legacy of this period will be. But certainly it's reasonable to assume that for a large number of organisations, their minds have been opened up to different ways of working. They've been introduced to a wide product set of options to allow them to transact business whilst away from the office. And although they may have, in the initial stages, cobbled together propositions to allow them to work from home, as a coordinated cloud services provider, we have a chance to go and help new businesses, or new to us, plan for that new normal, to really take a look at the learning and that they've had over the last little while, and to start to plot what is a prudent way forward from them. And that will include confronting some of the uncertainties of flexible working. It's easy for those of us who are pre-set up for it and do it quite a lot to settle into business as usual, but as you've seen on Facebook and LinkedIn, etc., some people have had to put an ironing board in a bay window and sit on the edge of a bed to work. That's possibly not ideal working conditions. So there are certain elements of uncertainty still to confront, and that will also include the legacy of fear that employees while away from the office will not work hard. So management information and reporting will become part and parcel of our gameplay as we move into this new phase. But also, so will be support and training of people who are new to remote working tools. And I think it's important that we get stuck into this sort of thing now, because now we have people's attentions, now people have a bit of time, now people have a need to learn. There will always be a slip back into the old working practices, and there will also be some compelling time-critical jobs that people have to do when they get back to their normal work establishment. So now is the best time to start talking to people about how they will work when they return to their common workplace. We can also focus on a marketplace which we have always had an eye on but have always struggled to move, and that's the legacy PBX world. Let's just remind ourselves that 75% of the marketplace still has what we would call a traditional PBX. Now, these are not stupid boxes, these are very capable bits of kit, but they will have shown themselves, or some of them will have shown themselves to be quite weak in this style of requirement. And also relatively weak in terms of their flexibility of package in different working conditions. So your ability to spin things up in a day to turn office workers into home workers is not necessarily something that the PBX marketplace is quite so confident and comfortable with. So it is an opportunity to go and win those customers that you've been targeting for some time. And again, I would stress the opportunity is to win them before they get back in the office, as well as when they've got there. But now is a good time to start talking about their new normal. And we can highlight the power of this true cloud capability that we've got. And going by the numbers of new services spun up in the first 3, 4, 5 days of lockdown, we've proven ourselves as a group of people very, very capable in doing dramatic change in a very well-organized fashion, with both a provisioning engine and a billing engine behind us. That means that we're efficient and we're able to provide good chargeable but organized services to people. So what we've done is we've looked at the offers that we've got, and we've tried to simplify a few things, and we've tried to give you the biggest opportunity to capitalize on a marketplace with its head up and its brain working in our direction, that direction being cloud services, flexibility and protection against DR. And the first, I've got 4 offers here, and if you've got your price book, you'll see the 4 offers in the price book. For anybody who's not currently billing with us, there is, as always, an introductory offer on the billing services through UVOS, so do please consider and take advantage of that. But predominantly for the ongoing support to channel, the first point is to talk about the Smart User, the 12-month Smart User free, which has been designed to help you in the past to capitalize on base relationships that you have, anybody that you've got an ongoing revenue share relationship with. We felt that the wide marketplace opportunity is so strong now, and your ability to do a great job for businesses who really need to move to the cloud is there now. So we very simply removed the previously targeted 6 months free for new business to you and new business to us. And we've just incorporated all new businesses that are built on UVOS in Q2 can now qualify for the 12 months free. And we'll talk through the terms and conditions in a minute, and we'll just invite you to make sure that you study them closely. But what that means is any business that is currently not on UVOS as a customer taking hosted PBX and related services can now be connected. You would connect them in month 1, you would make a claim for them in month 2, you would be invoiced for all services at that first billing event, but then as long as your application is in by the 25th of the following month, you would be able to then see 12 months Smart User free. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, that is just the Smart User. The Agent Standard and Agent Premium packs are already discounted packages, so you do not get a discount on the Smart User element of that. So this relates purely to things built onto the Smart User package, but it incorporates any new customer coming on board. There is no minimum size, and we'll just walk you through the application process. So this is critically arming you to go out there, and if you come across people with a PBX who need a bit of time to get rid of the PBX or to phase themselves out of the cost of that PBX, here's your opportunity to let them have the core PBX services perhaps free as well, and to take on board the new revenue, the uplift revenue of smart services, etc. And then capitalize on the full revenue when they've got through this transition period from PBX to cloud. Now, backing that up at the moment, bearing in mind the world is still working from home, and it looks as if we're going to get another sort of month or more of that sort of non-essential worker based at home scenario. The bolt-on mobility offer has been extended. So anything that you connect within the next 90 days or the next 3 months, so Q2, you can again claim the 3 months free for that. Similar process, it means that you're connected on month 1, it will run through 1 billing event, and then against the following month you will then be asked to make a claim. Again, I'll just walk through a couple of the terms and conditions. But that means, again, through Q2, you can give the mobility solution and build onto that probably the UC1 Trio propositions so that people are working comfortably from home. You may overlay a solution with free smart user and free mobility so that you can put an overlay solution and they can just divert stuff from their existing PBX and really get into playing with your new solution pre-permanent porting and permanent decisions when we get back to the office. But those two combined should give you a definite strong position to go through. Finally, just to sort of support probably the move back into the office, the Yealink offer, the T5 series offer continues. So anybody buying 10 phones of the same model will be able to claim one free. So now all of those offers, as I've said, have got terms and conditions attached, and hopefully you have all enjoyed the delivery of your new price book. This is the terms and conditions sheet for the 12 months free. Do please study all details. Again, you have, if you're going to connect a business which is going to take more than 1 month to complete the build of, i.e. you're going to build it site by site, it's going to take 2 or 3 months, you have 90 days in which to accumulate the full claim. However, you will make one claim. That one claim needs to be made by the 25th of the month following the month of the last connection. So again, if I connect some in April and some in May, I'll make my claim between the 1st and the 25th of June, and that will be for one exclusive business, and that will be the exclusive claim for that. Any business which is already known to us on UBOS under another partner would not qualify, but otherwise I think you're familiar with the general claims process. However, please do note that we have changed the address in which to send all offers. So this will now apply to all the offers that you can claim for. It will go to offers@vanillaip.com, and in a little while I'm just going to show you the documentation that you complete for that. Your channel manager will be happy to go through that. No late claims allowed, so do please keep on top of this. It's a great offer. It's an opportunity for you to pass offers through to the customer, and we hope you use them really strongly. But for the avoidance of doubt and confusion, any late claims will just be rejected. So let's keep on top of this together and make the most out of it. Also, just do please note as well that your accounts need to be in terms at any time in order for the claims to be payable. The mobility one, as I said, is similar to how we've run it over the last couple of months. So if you're connecting stuff in the month of May, you need to get the claim through to us by the 25th of June, following the billing on the 1st of June itself. So keep on top of that with the forms, etc., etc. And again, just to ratify that, if I'm buying T54Ws and I buy 10 of them, I can have one of those free, but it does relate to the same handset. Worth noting, however, that if you do have a combination of orders running through, you can accumulate that figure and take your cumulative value out of that when you make your claim. Just so that we can see it, I hope you've all enjoyed the arrival of this. I think Amy certainly enjoyed producing it. And if you roll through the early detail and the information that's gotten, do please read this price book in quite a lot of detail. We're trying to just up the information and some of the core detail that comes down through to you. So we're working quite hard to make it a very flexible and very informative document. But in the offers section, you've seen me clip this out. Here is a click through. This is now a dynamic link that will take you through to the terms and conditions. And again, I invite you to read the terms and conditions and make sure there's no ambiguity in your mind about what you will and will not be able to claim for. But equally, as a hyperlink from those terms and conditions, you'll be able to see the claim form, and the claim form will allow you to make claims for all of the various items or all of the various offers that we've got on, within one claim pool. Again, if you would like to sit down and just discuss and make sure you're clear on what the process is, ask your channel manager to arrange a virtual meeting using the UC1 meeting tool. I'm sure you'll enjoy the experience. So very simply, we've got offers that allow you to attack a marketplace that really needs you to attack it. These are businesses, if they've struggled to operate under these conditions, they need help now. These are businesses that will have discovered that employees can work in a different way, and probably they'll see greater demand for work-life balance. And with the power of UBOS behind it, and the power of the reporting, and the support of you as an informed and well-practiced cloud reseller, you can help them to benchmark their staff performance in the office, and then help them to manage, control, and be comfortable with the introduction of flexible working. And as all businesses now know, if you do have flexible working within your team, and everybody has a laptop and everybody has some form of mobile extension capability, if we get locked down again, or if something similar happens, they can in a very fluid fashion continue to operate normally. And that is an evangelical message that I will take to the marketplace, and I suggest you take to your local marketplaces as well, because we've been saying this for a few years, and although we're not allowed to say I told you so, it is clear that those companies that we have tooled up with cloud flexibility will have found it easier to go to a remote working practice than those people who have been left with long lease legacy systems. And I think we would be helpful to the marketplace if we capitalized at least on the message that that brings. So my suggestion would be that now, again, is the time for the action. Judging by the figures that we've had on all our webinars in the last little while, nobody else has got anywhere to go. Nobody else has got too much to do. It is time to gather information. So I would strongly suggest you run webinars for your non-hosted customer base, and for any local business groups that you can get to influence. We have a lot to offer. We have a lot of information, we have a lot of experience, and we have a lot of great tools to offer. So if you can lock into local business groups, lock into associations that provide influence in these marketplaces, I think that would be really good. And that was my dog Reggie barking. If you heard him, that's excellent. Love working from home. So action is important, or the more traditional style of things, the emails and the calls. Again, there are people out there who need to hear this message. And if you've got an email campaign capability, and if you've got cold calling members of your team, I would suggest you turn them on to this business now. Get out there and start helping people to think about it before they become too busy in the short term to actually get the job done. But now is your opportunity to open up new marketplaces. So those are the offers that we've got in Q2. The products, probably the mainstream ones at the moment are the UC1 Trio, the call to teams, the UBOS reporting. Don't forget that reluctance to have home workers because they don't trust staff. UBOS reporting on activity is going to be key. You've got standard conference bridge, you've got call recording, so you can hear whether people's dogs are barking while they're trying to make business calls. You've got Unity Lite, you've got Unity Mobile, and again, some businesses need to run complex services away from the office or out of hours. So their omni-channel contact center, the toys that we were talking about predominantly at the end of last year, when that was the more compelling subject matter, that's all still relevant stuff now. And it's also high revenue stuff for you to build on top of, perhaps a free PBX starting point. So lots to get your teeth into. If you speak to Amy and Bree or through your channel managers, contact the marketing department. We have a myriad of information. We've done quite a lot of webinars. We've done quite a lot of press. We've done quite a lot of information and short cartoon videos and things like that. You are more than welcome to ask for a rebranded version, or just rip off some of the content or reproduce the webinars in your own name. We are here to try and help you to get to marketplace and to inspire the customers to make the change and make that change with you. So do feel free to just trawl through all the resource and get it out in the marketplace. And again, if you're one of the things you struggle is with content to talk about or the shape of the message, feel free to just plagiarize anything we're saying if it suits you, if you believe in it, and get it out there. Thought leadership's going to help you get into places, and your product portfolio and your experience and capability in delivering these services is going to allow you to close them well. But we are true cloud. We can provide people stuff that they need today because they have to work like this. We can reduce that portfolio or that number of services down when business is as usual, but they can relax in the fact that you can pump it up again if people need to come home. We've got the flexibility that is the key proposition, not just the individual toys that we sell. So thank you again for joining. I'm not going to ramble on too much more. It's not rocket science. I'm sure you've got the wheels in motion. The team are available to help you at any time. Both marketing and the sales teams are here to help. We wish you every success. And again, my final message would be to encourage you to get out there and start creating the new business opportunities now, because I believe now is the best time both for you and the customer to be talking about the new normal. Have a great afternoon.